All right, so on your test that you're going to take today, actually, you have 3 proofs, and so I've chosen 3. They're not the same, but they have a similar flow to them. So first of all, let's do the stuff that we don't have any choice in. And the first thing you should always list on your proof, we've talked about this, is the given. So the first thing you're going to do is restate all parts of the given. AC is congruent to CE. Go to the picture and see if it's marked. If not, you can put marks on it. That's already marked. And BC is congruent to CD. So BC congruent to CD. My reason that I give for that all the time is given. Here's what I do next. I go to the prove. What I'm being asked to prove is that angle A is exactly the same as angle D. And before I move on, actually, what I like to do is I stop right here and I ask myself, are these parts of triangles or are they full triangles? And you'll notice that these are each an angle in each of the triangles. They are parts of triangles. What that tells me is my 4th reason is going to be corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. But what needs to come above it will be proving that the triangles are the same. So in order to get the parts of the triangles the same, I need to get the triangles the same. So my goal now is to go back up to the picture. I'm kind of tied to a cord here. I add my brain to it. The bow tie's popped up 1,000 times. In here is a pair of vertical angles that I'm going to state are the same. Once I say that those are the same, you'll notice that I have the side that they gave me for free, another side that they gave me for free. My brain was able to add the angle smash between those 2 sides. So I'm going to be able to prove that these triangles are the same by side angle side. So let's go do that. What do I need to do first? State my given, add my brain. My brain added the vertical angles, so we write that for vertical angle theorem, in the middle. Make sure you name them correctly. You can't just say angle C. You have to go A to C to B. Congruent to. And then you have to list them in the correct order. So you'll see that A is on A1 marked, so I have to start with E, C to D. So I'm basically saying in at the center of that bow tie, those angles are the same. I then stop and I say, wait, I'm good. I've got side angle side to say that the triangles are the same. So right here you write triangle. You can list the letters in any order. I'm going to list them in alphabetical order on the left. That locks into how I list them on the right. I have to make sure that I grab corresponding parts. So because I started with A is off of the single one, I'm going to have to start with E on the other one. So I'll say triangle E. And then I went to B next. B is off the double, so I'll have to go to D next over here, and then C last. So look at the flow of it. They're always very similar. I restate my given, and I write given. I then went down to the end. I said, what am I trying to prove? Was it full triangles or parts of triangles? This one was parts. It was 2 angles, so I wrote CPCTC. I then went back to the picture and I noticed it was that bow tie, and I had a pair of vertical angles. I named them as being the same. I then realized that I had the 2 sides they gave me, and my brain just added a missing angle. So I stopped and I said, guess what? The triangles are twins by SAS. If they're twins, then their faces, or their parts, are the same. Let's go to the next one and do it really similarly. Let's do the same flow, and this is what your flow should be on your test. Very first thing, what do? We grab a hold of the given. We say thank you, because the more we are given, the less we have to provide. And I mark what they gave me. They gave me a pair of sides. I go look at the picture. They're giving me this guy and this guy. Then they gave me another pair of sides. Well, what is that telling me? The fact that I'm getting a couple pairs of sides means that I'm probably going to be doing an SSS triangle congruence or an S angle S. Why would I be given an abundance of sides if I was going to be doing the ones that had all the angles? So that's kind of where my brain's going right now, but I'm going to go in order. I'm going to restate my given. I then go right here and say, what am I being asked to prove? Angle M is the same as angle P. These aren't full triangles, these are parts of triangles. So I go C, P, C, T, C. Notice I work off the front end and the back end first. Then I go back up to the picture and I say, well, can my brain add anything to this? And the answer is yes. It's this one where they butt up against each other. The third side is the same on both of these triangles. So I have to state that. That was not given to me. My brain is saying, LN, you are exactly the same as, right? LNL or LN. Why? Because of the reflexive property. That's right on your note card. What did that just give me? It gave me this guy. I've got 3 pairs of matching sides. So then I say triangle is congruent to triangle. We'll list it in a second by side, side, side. So this guy got them to be twins, and this guy says all the parts are the same, which means these missing angles were the same. All right, so let's go name that triangle up there. Let's do it correctly. I need to grab a hold in any order of the top one. I'm going to go LMN. LMN. I then need to be very careful how I list the second one. I started in L, which was right here. Then I went to M. Then I went to N. So I went L, M, N. I'm giving you the top triangle, which means I have to go L, P, N for the other one. So you can go ahead and write L, P, N right here. Notice the flow of these is very similar. I'm going to repeat it. What was I given? Write it down. 2 pairs of sides. Thank you, thank you. They were given to me. Then I went to the N and I said, what am I being asked to prove? Parts of triangles are the same. So I went right over here and wrote CPCTC. Before I can get parts the same, though, I need to tell you that those triangles are twins. If they're not twins, then their sides could be different lengths, their angles could be different measures. So right above my CPCTC, I have to have the triangles being the same. I got side, side, side because my brain added reflexive. One more and we're done. Let's go with the flow. Here we go. First thing I do in every proof is I restate my given. Sometimes I say thank you, sometimes I don't. So what are they giving me here? MK bisects JKL. Not really saying thank you for that one because you didn't give me any angles or any sides. I'm going to use it, but it's not when I go thank you. But the next one I'll say thank you. This is a pair of sides right here. KJ is the same as KL. Let's go look at it on the picture. KJ is the same as KL. They handed it to me. Unfortunately, all they've given me right now is one big S. But let's go in order here. I've also have to restate all of the given. So MK bisects angle JKL. Why can I write that? Because it was free information. That's how I start, and then I go look and see what I'm trying to prove. I'm trying to prove that the triangles are the same, not the parts. So this will not end in CPCTC. It's a mystery right now. I have no clue. But I'm going to go down there and put down what I'm being asked to prove. Triangle blank congruent to triangle blank. I didn't look carefully at the order of that, so let me go take a look. JKM, LKM. JKM, LKM. This isn't parts of triangles. It's not like just this angle to this side, angle or this side to that side. It's the full on triangles, which means, don't write this down, I don't know for sure what this will be. On the last two, I was like CPCTC, because it's just their parts. But this one's going to be either this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, or in the off chance that they give me right triangles, that guy. That's what I'm going for. Let's go back up and let's see what I can do. Right now, all they've given me is one of the S's, so all is kind of fair game. But I didn't use part of the given yet. And let's go take a look at what it said. MK bisects JKL. MK bisects JKL. What does it mean to bisect something? And if I was here, I'd make you answer me. But hopefully you would say to cut it in half. And that's totally true. What this one allows you to do is steal a pair of angles. But it wasn't given to me. I just knew what that word meant. So I'm going to go up here and I'm going to state that this angle at the top, name it correctly, J to K to M, has to be the same as, let's go state the other one correctly. You can't just call it angle K. You're going to have to call it L up to K down to M. So LKM. Now, why are they the same? It was not given to me. They gave me that an angle got bisected, and I knew that meant to cut it into equal pieces. So I write definition of bisect. Great. Now I've got a pair of sides and a pair of angles. Really what that tells me is side, side, sides out. Let's go see what else. I'm done with the given. So anything else that seals the deal for me has to come from my brain. This isn't the bow tie, but they're butting up against each other and they share this side right here. And we've talked about it. When they share a side, you get to say that that side is itself. Both triangles, that KM is on both of them. So it seems kind of obvious, but it needs to be stated because it was not given to me. I say KM, guess what? You're yourself. Earth-shattering. Our reason for that is reflexive property. They're all on your note card. And then I have to stop and see which of these I got. I got two sides and an angle. So it wasn't that, and it wasn't that. Well, there it is. It's side, angle, side. Side, angle, side. Now watch. If instead, suppose this was gone, last thing I'm going to say, suppose it said to prove that JM is the same length as ML. All that would do to my proof is add another statement to it. I'm proving parts of triangles are the same, not the whole triangles. So if that had been the case, I would have written that statement and I would have said by C, P, C, T, C. All right, so we are done. You have a big test today. This might be worth watching again. It could make or break you actually, but you guys have a good one and good luck on your test. Bring your brain with you and a really good note card.